Okay, Your Excellencies, dear colleagues and friends, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and bonjour à tous, 大家好. Uh, and tomorrow will be a beautiful day, but today is a wonderful day. Tomorrow will be the 8th of March, and today we are gathering together from different parts of the world, from China, from Africa and Asia, with excitement and aspiration to launch the AI Day and Africa-Asia Youth Coding Initiative Phase 2. And today we are honored to have Mr. Matoko, Femi Matoko, the ADG for Priority Africa and External Relations of UNESCO. He will join us with a video speech. We are honored to have Her Excellency, Madam Minister Professor Amar Sigrochini from Morocco, and His Excellency Mr. Qin Changwei, the Secretary General of Chinese National Commission for UNESCO. And of course, we have Mr. Tianchi Li, representing our UNESCO partner CodeMo. They are going to deliver opening speeches shortly. And among the participants, we have representatives, teachers, and students from the partner member states. We have colleagues from 5 UNESCO fields from Africa and Asia. We have experts who are going to deliver the keynote speeches. And we also have colleagues from Beijing and Shenzhen. And of course, without forgetting to mention our colleagues in Paris from UNESCO PAX and the team of Mr. Mohammed, who have been leading and supporting the design and the implementation of this initiative. And I almost forget myself, and my name is Tao Zhan. I'm the director of UNESCO Institute for Information Technology and Education, IITE, based in Moscow. And IITE is a proud partner to be part of this youth coding initiative led by and coordinated by UNESCO PAX in Paris. And today I'm going to work together with my colleague Magali to moderate the event. I'm going to moderate the first 2 parts, and Magali is going to moderate the last 2 parts. So before we start, a reminder to all participants, and today we have simultaneous interpretation in both English and French, and the speeches in Chinese will be also translated, interpreted into English and French simultaneously. So you can choose the language you prefer in Zoom. You can see the choices of language. And so, vous pouvez choisir la langue que vous préférez. And also, another important reminder to our speakers, when you speak, please stay in the main channel, main language channel. Please disable the interpretation channel because our interpreters, they can only hear voices from the main voice video channel. So, veuillez rester dans le canal audio principal, s'il vous plaît, pour les intervenants. So now we can start, I think. Before inviting our honorable guests and speakers to deliver opening speeches, let's warm up a little bit more by watching together a short video prepared by CodeMore colleagues. I will ask my colleague, Edward, upload.
Since 2021, UNESCO has partnered with CodeMao to jointly carry out a youth coding initiative to promote AI and coding education for young people in Asia and Africa. We have delivered a series of training programs to countries including Kenya, the Republic of Congo, Namibia, and Thailand, utilizing CodeMao's self-developed software platform and coding curriculum, providing primary and secondary school teachers and young people in Africa and Asia a variety of training sessions, exchange programs, competitions, and other activities. In July 2024, the flagship event of the cooperation project, Coding the Future Together 2024 Africa Asia Youth China Study Tour, was successfully held and generated widespread international impact. Delegations of students and teachers from the Republic of the Congo, Namibia, Côte d'Ivoire, and Thailand, along with representatives from UNESCO offices in the 4 countries, participated in a week-long study and exchange program in Zhuji and Shenzhen, China. During this period, they had in-depth exchanges with Chinese education experts, teachers, and students, and first-hand experienced the advancements in Chinese technology and coding education, greatly sparking the strong interest, exploration enthusiasm, and desire for further cooperation in science education among teachers and students in Asia and Africa. This partnership has significantly contributed to enhancing artificial intelligence literacy among youth worldwide. It has also become a successful model of collaboration between UNESCO and the Chinese educational technology companies, inspiring educational innovation in developing nations.
Since 2021, UNESCO has worked closely with CodeMao to raise digital literacy through coding for young people and for their devoted teachers. And thanks to CodeMao, students are learning not just in China, but also through partnership with UNESCO in Africa and in Thailand.
Based on Youth Coding Initiative, this year, UNESCO and CodeMao will launch AI Day on March 9, 2025, continuously providing advanced artificial intelligence education software in the courses for the Asian and the African regions, contributing to the globalization, inclusiveness, and equity development of artificial intelligence education.
Artificial intelligence is reshaping, transforming our thinking, life, and education, and offers exciting opportunities for everyone, especially for young people. How can we prepare the next generation for this revolutionary change with unlimited opportunities, but also new risks? How can we better support girls and boys from Africa and developing countries so that no one will be left behind? How can technology innovators lead the change jointly with UNESCO and other partners? The Youth Coding Initiative and AI Day are an excellent example.
今年3月9日，在编程猫企业成立10周年之际，我们也和联合国教科文组织共同发起了3月9日 AI Day 人工智能日。编程猫将通过发布点猫人工智能教育平台、人工智能与编程学习软件、课程等等的一系列的资源，持续去为亚非地区提供支持，助力人工智能教育全球化、普惠化与公平化的发展。
UNESCO Institute for Information Technologies in Education, IITE, is delighted and honored to be part of the UNESCO CodeMao Youth Coding Initiative and the AI Day for Youth from Africa, Asia, and the world.
La Côte d'Ivoire accorde une grande importance à l'éducation en intelligence artificielle et également en programmation. Comme vous savez, il y a une stratégie nationale en intelligence artificielle qui est en cours de mise en place au sein de notre pays et pilotée par le gouvernement. Nous avons établi au niveau de l'INPHB des partenariats et de coopération avec plusieurs pays comme la Chine et également avec des entreprises leaders dans le monde dans le domaine de l'éducation en intelligence artificielle. C'est le cas par exemple avec CodeMao avec qui nous sommes en interaction et que j'ai le plaisir de visiter aujourd'hui. Je nourris l'espoir qu'à travers nos efforts conjoints, nous pourrons former davantage de talents spécialisés en intelligence artificielle.
It is no surprising that a lot of IOI medalists, they go on to become leading AI researchers, software developers, and pioneer in technologies. They are the ones shaping the AI revolution, rather than being replaced by it.
学习和应用人工智能必将成为影响青少年发展的关键一步。
3月9日 AI Day 人工智能日，就是要通过向全世界的青少年提供 AI 学习和应用的机会，去为人工智能时代培养人才，去推动整个人工智能时代的发展。March the 9th.
March 9th.
March the 9th.
March 9th is AI Day, AI for all.
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 We know in Chinese, AI also means love. Let's work together to make it happen. AI for all and love for all.
Okay, thank you very much. AI for all and love for all. And I see many touching, exciting moments and the photos. And I believe, I'm sure more will come after we launch the AI Day and the second phase of this initiative. Now, let's watch together a short video from Mr. Matoko, the ADG, UNESCO ADG for Priority Africa and External Relations. Mr. Matoko has planned to join us. Unfortunately, he has to prepare a short video for us yesterday. Edward, please.
Bonjour tout le monde, chers partenaires, chers bénéficiaires, chers collègues, chers jeunes qui faites partie de cette initiative de l'apprentissage du codage pour les jeunes. C'est un grand plaisir pour nous ici à l'UNESCO de nous joindre à vous, de célébrer le lancement de la seconde phase de ce projet, qui est le fruit d'une collaboration importante et stratégique entre l'UNESCO, et en particulier la division de la priorité Afrique, et Codemao. Ce partenariat qui nous unit dépasse le cadre d'une simple coopération logistique. C'est un véritable lien de confiance que nous avons forgé au sortir de la période de la Covid en 2021. Il a pour objectif de promouvoir la connaissance, le savoir, un usage inclusif et responsable des technologies digitales innovantes, en vue de faire progresser l'apprentissage, aussi la maîtrise des outils numériques et de l'intelligence artificielle en Afrique et surtout parmi les jeunes. Ce projet a un impact réel sur le terrain. C'est un des projets phares portés par le secteur de la priorité Afrique, l'Institut international des technologies de l'information et tous les bureaux de l'UNESCO au Congo, en Côte d'Ivoire, au Kenya, en Namibie, en Thaïlande, qui prennent part aux activités du projet. Ce programme entre aussi dans la stratégie opérationnelle de la priorité Afrique, qui consacre une partie de ses activités aux nouvelles technologies et à l'intelligence artificielle. Dans ce programme, nous abordons des thématiques transversales dans tous les secteurs de l'UNESCO, les secteurs de programme de l'UNESCO. C'est un plaisir de travailler avec toute l'équipe de Codemao que j'ai eu la chance de rencontrer ici à Paris et à Shenzhen, équipe jeune, dynamique, qui conçoivent la coopération avec l'Afrique comme une priorité. Nous nous réjouissons d'avoir pu renouveler pour une période de 5 ans, de 2025 à 2030, ce partenariat, de poursuivre cette formation, le renforcement des capacités des enseignants et des étudiants, en espérant, bien sûr, que dans l'avenir, un plus grand nombre de jeunes pourront profiter de ces formations. nous avons pris l'initiative, ensemble avec Codemao, d'inclure un nouveau pays émergent dans le domaine des nouvelles technologies, la Côte d'Ivoire. Ce projet donc étendra sa portée et sera désormais représenté au sein des 4 sous-régions qui composent l'Afrique subsaharienne. La mission en Chine, organisée en juillet 2024 par Codemao, a été un grand succès. Tous les jeunes, les enseignants qui ont participé nous ont rapporté et nous ont décrit le bonheur qu'ils ont eu de pouvoir échanger avec toute l'équipe de Codemao. Une compétition de codage a été organisée, offrant notamment à tous ces jeunes, Congolais, Namibiens, Thaïlandais, une opportunité de se surpasser et d'élargir leur horizon grâce à ce voyage. Je voudrais remercier en particulier notre partenaire principal, M. Li Tianchi et ses équipes, pour leur écoute, pour la prise en compte des besoins exprimés par différentes équipes qui ont visité, qui font partie de ce projet. Ces différentes discussions, ces échanges ont permis également de mobiliser un nouveau partenaire que nous accueillons avec beaucoup de plaisir, Oppo, qui fournit et qui a fourni déjà de nouveaux équipements informatiques à nos bureaux et qui seront distribués à plus de 1000 bénéficiaires. Elles sont équipées, ces tablettes, ces 1000 tablettes sont équipées justement du logiciel de codage Codemao et qui facilitera l'apprentissage du codage. Pour terminer, chers amis, chers partenaires, je voudrais souhaiter que cette journée du 9 mars, journée de l'intelligence artificielle, journée de l'intelligence artificielle pour tous, soit une journée d'inclusion, de progrès du savoir et de la connaissance pour tous. Tchétché, je vous remercie de votre attention.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Motoko. So we are very thankful to Mr. Motoko for his support and guidance from the very beginning of this initiative. This brilliant initiative, the brilliant idea of China tour came from Mr. Motoko when he visited the headquarters of Codemao in Shenzhen. So we are looking forward to continued support from him. Now it's my pleasure and honor to invite Her Excellency, Madam Minister Amar Sigrojini, the Minister of Digital Transition and Administrative Reform of Morocco. And among many of her titles, I'd like to mention that she is the founder of the UNESCO Category 2 International Center AI Movement for Africa, and he's a professor of the Sorbonne University in France, and we often call her the mother of AI. The screen is yours, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. That's too much honor, what the kind words you introduced me with. So first, I would like to congratulate Mr. Tao for this, for organizing this amazing event. I think it's very important to keep in touch and to go ahead with AI and education. I would like to also congratulate my colleagues from UNESCO and to thank all the participants, outstanding participants to this event. Now, if you permit me to introduce my, how long I have, 10 minutes, 8?
Up to you. No
Up
problem.
to me.
Yes.
Okay. So
8 or 10, no problem. Yeah, please.
okay, I will try to share my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
You can see my screen?
Yes, but not yet the full. Now it's perfect. Okay.
Okay, so my talk was will be very short. I will try to emphasize why AI is very important for education today, and why AI now is very important. As you know, we are at the moment where we have a very strong computer power. We have also many data available, and also we have new models that emerge and that help us to deal with, in particular, languages. Language is very important for social interaction, and in particular for interaction in education between all the participants, teachers, students, parents, administration, etc. So if AI revolution is everywhere today, particularly in education, what we call AI for education could be seen as a true opportunity to leapfrog. And to do that, we need a holistic view, including, as I said, parents, teachers, students, people that work at the administration, decision makers, etc. So why AI is an opportunity for leapfrog? It's because mainly because we can address many aspects of education. And the state, if we look to the statistics in Morocco, the state of education is really, I mean, we need a lot of improvement today. So for example, we have like at the Moroccan scale, I mean, 300,000 people leaving the school very early is not a very good sign. Also, literacy, for example, is the average is 32% of adults aged between 15 and more cannot read or write. So we have some indicators that education is quite an emergency today in developing countries. And AI in education can provide 4 things, 2 for improvement and 2 things for transformation. For improvement, we can rely on substitution and augmentation. This means that AI can act as a direct substitute without any functional change or with functional improvement. Also, for transformation, we can use AI to significantly redefine the tasks in educational system, and also to create new functionalities that were previously impossible without AI. So for teachers, what the question is how to invert this pyramid to move from AI. By using AI, we can, if you can see, the top of the pyramid now is inverted, and AI can assist the teacher. The main work of the teacher will be focused on teaching, not on simple and repetitive tasks. So the target is how to improve education system towards teacher by inversing this pyramid. And we have many tools to do that. In particular, we can use 4 things. Give the teacher the tools to analyze, to think, to adopt, and to impact. So I give you my slides if you want to see the details, because I don't have time. And also we can give the teacher some tools, like here what you see is an example with computer vision, and he can analyze the behavior of the student in many aspects. For learners, AI can provide smart tutoring, automatic evaluation, and educational chatbots, exploratory learning environments, and automatic evaluation. For learners also, we can, as I said, now AI provide very wonderful tools for voice, for example, and natural language processing. And here you can have many tools that help the learners to improve their learning at the grammatical level, or by answering some quiz, or also using the large language models and this new framework like DeepSeek in China or ChatGPT by OpenAI, etc. So for actors in education system, AI can help to provide learning analytics. And in the left, you have the tools. In the right, you have the actors that can take benefit from this analytics. For example, AI augmented pedagogical agents can provide information about how the learner can learn better or how to improve their learning thanks to AI augmented tools, etc. So the challenges today in education is to raise the right questions. The question, will robots replace the teacher, is not a good question. But I think the question is how to combine human and artificial intelligence to be able to use in the future and to provide the best possible quality of education, which will meet the goal 4 of HDDs 2030. Now, we have also some material challenges because the global market of AI or for AI will reach 20 billion by 2027. Over 47% of educational establishments in developed countries have already integrated AI solutions in their system. But in developing countries, less than 20% of educational establishments use AI, according to the report of UNESCO by 2022. So how to give more capabilities and more capacities to these developing countries to go ahead with education and with AI in education. As you know, there is a digital divide because in the past we talked about digital divide like computers in school, high-speed internet, devices, etc. But today there is a new digital divide. Who can learn with and about AI? And the last statistics say that 8 over 10 persons are left behind from AI. So this represents something like more than 7 billion citizens in the world. Other challenges is that educational curricula worldwide lack AI content, and only 7% of education systems provide guidance and the use of generative AI. And we know today that generative AI is transforming education over the world. So we can just summarize a bit. We need national and global AI policy with realistic and precise sectoral breakdown on the use of AI for education, inclusion and equity in AI education, because we need to accompany adoption of AI in education with equitable and inclusive policies, means for rich and poor people, for men and women, etc. We have also to prepare teachers for AI-enhanced education, need to accompany adoption with adequate training programs for teachers, parents, and administrative staff. As I said at the beginning, the question is how to be as holistic as possible to develop this AI education. Finally, ethics and transparency are very important because, as you know, in this system, we use a lot of data, cognitive data, personal data, etc. So we need to use this data in a very ethical and transparent way, for example, to ask for informed consent, transparency, and fairness. So to conclude, we need to learn with AI, learn for AI, learn about AI, and learn about learning. And this is call to action. We must advocate for more free resources like those found on free AI tools for education, maybe to leverage on with the developing countries, and to support such initiative can help bridge the gap between educational resources and foster an environment where every student and teacher and administration can thrive. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. And I like the last photo, the photo for call for action. I think we can use it for AI Day, the activity. And your speech, I think, is not only an opening remark, but also a scholar lecture that will be continued in the third session after the first two speeches and share of the experience. And I want to thank you again for your contribution, and your presentation will be shared with all participants after this meeting.
Of course.
And also we would like to welcome Morocco to join this Africa-Asia Youth Coding Initiative, to join the China tour this year. Thank you so much, Madam Minister.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now it's my honor and pleasure to invite our Chinese colleague, Mr. Qin Changwei, the Secretary General of the Chinese National Commission for UNESCO. The floor is yours, Mr. Qin. We cannot hear you clearly, 秘书长，我们听不太清楚，你能不能把麦克靠近一点？
现在有。
能听到，但是不清楚。It's not clear and it doesn't work now. We cannot hear you.
应该是空传
啊，松云的声音听得很清楚，但是刚才我听着松云在说话，但是您的声音听不见。
不是这是这个是这个。对，对呀，应该是对的，是这个。
松云说话都可以。
Okay, now it's clear. Now it's perfect. Now it's perfect. Please.
那就根本不是话。
Okay. No, go ahead, please.
Okay,
Mr. Jin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Please allow me to speak Chinese. 尊敬的摩洛哥王国数字转型与行政改革部部长塞格鲁西尼女士，尊敬的联合国教科文组织非洲优先与对外关系部门非洲局长穆罕默德先生，教科文组织教育信息技术研究所主任展涛先生，编程猫创始人兼首席执行官李天池先生，各位同事、老师和同学们，大家好！很高兴参加教科文组织与合作项目青年编程倡议第2期启动活动。在此，我仅代表中国联合国教科文组织全国委员会，向第2期项目的启动表示热烈祝贺，向教科文组织非洲优先与对外联部门以及相关地区办事处的同事们表示衷心感谢，也特别向塞格鲁西尼女士部长阁下在人工智能教育领域的卓越贡献表示崇高敬意，对教科文组织教育信息化技术研究所和编程猫公司面向青少年群体发起的这一创意行动表示高度赞赏。当前，新一轮科技革命和产业变革正在加速演进，以人工智能为代表的数字技术快速迭代升级，给人们的生产、生活、学习和学习方式带来深刻变革。 2023年全球教育变革峰会将教育的数字化变革作为教育变革的重要支柱。不久前，一批年轻人做出的 DeepSeek 人工智能大模型引起全球关注，其免费开源开放，为全球人工智能的合作提供了新平台、新机遇，也为包括青年在内的所有人提供了更平等参与人工智能创新与应用的广阔空间。我们高兴地看到，推动人工智能技术快速发展和应用的主力是青年。人工智能未来的创新与应用需要更多有相应知识技能的青年。编程教育正是培养青年一代学习掌握人工智能技术，特别是拿到通向未来之门的一把钥匙。我们高兴地看到，这个项目第一期受到青年们的热烈欢迎，已取得明显效果。本期项目国肯尼亚、刚果、纳米比亚、科特迪瓦以及泰国的青年人比例比较高，在数字教育变革浪潮当中呢，应该说具有发展的潜能，有巨大的潜力。我们相信这个项目将取得更大成效，让更多青年受益。中国高度重视教育数字化变革，早在2019年，习近平主席就强调，要积极推动人工智能和教育深度融合，促进教育创新，充分发挥人工智能优势，加快发展伴随每个人一生的教育，平等面向每个人的教育，适合每个人的教育和更加开放灵活的教育。中国已连续3年实施国家教育数字化战略行动，建设了国家智慧教育平台，可以免费提供从中小学到大学的各类线上课程。这个平台已经在为中国在疫情期间停课不停学提供了坚实支撑，并获得了教科文组织信息化大奖。不久前，中国发布了教育强国建设规划纲要2024至2035，将教育数字化、智能化作为推进教育现代化的重要推动力进行了部署。近期，国家智慧教育公共服务平台又推出了100多门高质量人工智能课程，同步上线智能工具，同时实现了学习资源的智能搜索和个性推送。欢迎各位老师和同学使用该平台的国际版学习。中国积极开展教育数字化的国际交流合作，特别是注重加强同教科文组织的合作，积极为全球教育数字变革贡献力量。2019年，我们与教科文组织合作，在北京召开了首届人工智能与教育国际会议，其后又连续3年举办多场的国际人工智能与教育大会。那么2019年呢，还特别通过了成果文件《人工智能与教育北京共识》，成为全球数字教育变革，特别是人工智能和教育的重要文件。近年来，中国连续举办教育数字化大会、世界慕课与在线教育大会，设立推动建立世界数字教育联盟，发布数字教育发展合作倡议。那么聚焦数字教育变革前沿问题，特别是人工智能赋能教育的问题呢，积极推动国际交流合作。今年5月，中国还将在武汉举办世界数字教育大会，将聚焦教育的智能化进行交流与推进合作。我们也希望各位积极关注和参与今年的会议，深入交流，共促合作。各位同事、老师、同学们，非洲是教科文组织的优先事项，青年是优先群体。今天我们共同见证教科文组织与编程毛公司青年编程倡议第2期项目的启动，既是对双方前期合作的肯定，更是对下一步工作支持的承诺和期待。我们希望参加这个项目的各位同学能够珍惜机会，用好各项学习资源，加强相互交流，提升数字素养，掌握好智能时代生存发展的能力，培育适应这个时代的品格与价值观。 更好地走入智能时代。希望本次活动能够成为一枚火种，带动项目国、政府和私营部门共同参与，在教育数字化国际交流合作中发挥更大作用，为落实全球教育2030议程，推动构建人类命运共同体注入新的活力，做出更多贡献。最后，预祝本次活动取得圆满成功。谢谢大家。Thank you very much.
谢谢秘书长阁下。Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary General. We very much appreciate the strong support from you personally and from the Chinese National Commission for UNESCO for the support, the strong support to all collaborations between UNESCO and the Chinese partners from both public and private sectors. And we know your support is not only strategic, but also on concrete actions and detailed organizations. Without your support, the China tour, as an example, cannot be happening smoothly as planned. Thank you so much. Now it's my pleasure to invite our young star, Mr. Tianci Li, the CEO of CodeMall.
Thank you. Thanks for the introduction, Mr. Zhang Tao, and so delighted to see our old friends and new friends here. And distinguished guests, dear colleagues, I'm Tianci Li and the CEO of CodeMall. It's a great honor to be here at this significant day to have you all here to announce the AI Day online launch conference. And first, I want to thank Mr. Matoko and Her Excellency Mrs. Amar and Mr. Mohammed and Mr. Qin Changwei for their excellent speeches. And I'm also grateful to all of you for joining us today. Your presence shows our shared dedication to use AI for education advancement. This conference kicks off the second phase of the Youth Coding Initiative 2025 to 2030. And since 2021, UNESCO and CodeMall have been working hard to bring programming education to African and Asian youth. Through various activities, we've been cultivating the digital skills of the next generation. And last year, the 2024 Building the Future Together African and Asia Youth China Tour was a huge success. It promoted cross-cultural learning and inspired students and teachers in science and technologies. This experience has made us more determined to expand our efforts. And I'd like to briefly mention our gratitude to Oppo. In last year, after learning about the need for programming hardware in Africa and Asia, we invited Oppo to join our initiative. They were donated tablets to 5 countries, which are already being sent out. We firmly believe that the participation of Oppo will inject new vitality and impetus into the Asian African Youth Coding Initiative so that more young people in Africa and Asia can benefit from code education. And today, as we inaugurate AI Day with the theme AI Empowering Future Education, we'll explore how AI can transform education. AI is revolutionary learning by breaking barriers and personalizing experience. And looking ahead, UNESCO and CodeMall will jointly carry out a series of actions every year. We will freely open AI tools such as the Dianmao AI education platform to developing countries. Just as Mrs. Amar
just said, the free resource and free tools are significantly important for today's AI education. And we hope this can enable students around the world to access these resources without cost. And we'll also release the Global Youth AI Literacy Development Report to dynamically track the progress of educational equality, closely monitoring the situation to ensure that no one is left behind. And within the project framework, we'll continue to organize youth programming competitions, as well as the AI China Tour and AI Africa Tour, fostering cultural exchange and global connections among young people. The project will continue to prioritize the AI literacy of Africa and other developing countries and girls. We aim to drive scientific and technological innovation among teenagers globally, creating opportunities for them to showcase their talent and ideas. And AI is not just a tool, it's a bridge to a more equitable future. We look forward to using the AI Day series of activities to help every child in the world to embrace the opportunity of the digital age. Whether they are in a remote village or a bustling city, we want all children to have the chance to explore AI, learn programming, and shape their own futures. And thank you all for being part of this event. I'm really looking forward to a great conference. And let's work together and use AI to create a better educational future. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, 谢谢天池. Thank you very much, Mr. Tianci, for the continued commitment. And also, I'm so exciting to hear from you that new programs such as AI Africa Tour will be taking place this year and in the years to come. What I would like to say is that CODEMO, Mr. Tianci and Mr. Sun Yue, they are not only important partners with UNESCO, but also good examples, role models to many young people. As they founded CODEMO some 10 years ago, both of them were almost teenagers at the early age of their 20s. So I believe your experience and the collaboration will inspire many young people in Africa, Asia, and around the world. Thank you very much. So that's the opening of the event. Now let's move to the second session. It is best practice and the next step. I'm pleased to invite my colleague, Mr. Mohammed Afnavani, to deliver a presentation on the best practice and the next step of the initiative. As we all know, this Africa-Asia Youth Coding Initiative is designed and launched and implemented by UNESCO PACS. So Mr. Mohammed and his team are the lead, are the coordinator to make everything happen in the previous years and in the years to come. Now the screen is yours, Mr. Mohammed.
Thank you very much, Tao Zhan and IIT colleagues. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I want to first, of course, acknowledge the distinguished speakers in the opening segment from the Minister, Professor Amal, it's a pleasure to have heard you and have followed closely the presentation that she has given. Of course, Secretary General of the Chinese National Commission, Mr. Quinn, extremely important and pertinent remarks that are very relevant to the work of UNESCO's Priority Africa. I took particular note of the World Digital Education Conference in May. I do look forward to an active African participation by students and others interested in the field of digitalization and education in that conference, as we do look forward to the various activities. And of course, our CODEMAO partners, Mr. Chanchi Li and Mr. Wu Son. I have not had the pleasure of engaging personally and directly with them, but I look forward to doing so in the future. As you might be aware, since the start of my tenure as director of UNESCO's Priority Africa Coordination here at UNESCO, I have really closely followed this important initiative that is really part of our Priority Africa flagship programs, both on emerging technologies and artificial intelligence, but also the work that we undertake on transforming education. My colleagues, as you are aware, Abdou, Magali, and the team who have closely followed this, who were on the China tour earlier this summer, reflect the amount of advantages and tangible gain that we have had from this engagement. And we will also hear a number of best practices from the field that we will listen to in terms of the importance of these initiatives for the youth of Africa and the importance of AI in their everyday work and in their future, particularly in the context of education, as Minister Amal correctly pointed out and very eloquently elaborated on in her presentation. So I'm delighted to be here with you. I really thank you for the joint efforts of the teams in both CODEMAO and UNESCO at headquarters and the field offices, and of course at the Institute for Information Technology and Education, IITE. Thanks to those efforts, 200 teachers, 45% of them women from Congo, Kenya, Namibia, and Thailand, have been trained as part of this youth coding initiative so far. They have subsequently become trainers for their peers and for their students, playing a key role both locally and nationally in spreading these essential skills. The successful and inspiring results achieved during the first phase, as well as the positive outcomes of the first China tour that brought together the implementing partners and beneficiaries last summer, have enabled UNESCO and CODEMAO to extend their cooperation until 2030, as indicated by the Assistant Director General, as well as by Mr. Chanchi Li. This new phase will cover 5 beneficiary countries, in addition to Côte d'Ivoire, expanding our impact to 4 sub-regions in Africa. At AI Day, we have the opportunity to officially launch this second phase of the project. This event is an opportunity not only to raise awareness of the importance of artificial intelligence in Africa and in Asia, to build bridges between Asia and Africa, China and Africa toward that end, but also to discuss the potential to transform education of young people. We will have the chance to listen to our experts internationally and our local stakeholders who will be speaking throughout the session, sharing their knowledge and perspectives on the future of AI. In the second phase, the Youth Coding Initiatives has 5 main focus points. The first is the AI Day that we're celebrating today, which will become an annual awareness-raising event. Secondly, we will continue to organize national and international coding trainings for teachers and students. Thirdly, an important focus of this phase will be the China study tour to be organized every year in collaboration with CODEMAO and, as we heard, also with the Chinese National Commission. This will give representatives from all partner countries, as well as teachers and students, the opportunity to visit China, to engage with Chinese experts, and to exchange activities and international coding competitions. Fourthly, we will develop exchange activities between Africa and Asia to strengthen South-South cooperation between these 2 continents and organize exhibitions to share the project's successes. Finally, national level activities with UNESCO field offices in the beneficiary countries who are currently working on planning of future activities at the national level, with the actual engagement by not only CODEMAO, but some of our partners, such as OPPO, and the many other partners that we hope to attract both from the continent and beyond. The aim is to consolidate the results achieved so far and continue to build on this foundation to ensure the success of this phase and extend the impact of the project in each country with the youth of those countries. Our offices will be sharing with us their best practices and action plans for the second phase, and it is always inspiring to listen to them. It is always inspiring to work with youth, with new technologies, and certainly in this important field of education. This is how we would be able to transform the lives of young peoples and teachers in Africa and Asia. We look forward to the continuation of this partnership, its expansion, and to listening to the various interventions in today's discussions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mohammed, for your very encouraging message and the speech. In particular, you outlined the 5 key activities for the phase 2 of this initiative. And we are very thankful to you. I think we are very fortunate to have you and your team as the lead and the coordinator for this very important initiative. You mentioned Abdouye, Magali, and your team. And I know Mr. Abdou is not here with us. He just got a newborn baby 2 days ago, but he was working even in hospital to support this event and for the coordination. So we are very thankful to you, and we are looking forward to very closely collaboration with your team and all partners. Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to invite representatives from 5 field office and the Chinese embassy in Côte d'Ivoire to share their best practice and the comments and work plans for this initiative. We know that the field offices, they are the cornerstone for making the project for all activities happening on the ground in schools for teachers and students. So let's invite and first the representative from UNESCO office in Congo, Brazzaville, Mr. Kama Najatan, the program specialist.
Allô? Vous me suivez?
Hello. Yeah, oui, s'il vous plaît.
OK. Voilà, donc merci pour la parole que vous nous accordez en cette heureuse circonstance pour partager avec vous quelques meilleures pratiques et de revenir un peu sur les prochaines étapes de l'initiative Yon Connect Yon Coding au Congo. Voilà, donc avant, permettez-moi de remercier et de féliciter tous les précédents orateurs qui ont tout à tout planté le contexte et nous ont soutenu davantage sur l'initiative. Voilà, donc permettez-moi également aussi de remercier nos partenaires Codemao et Oppo pour leur disponibilité à accompagner le renforcement du numérique à travers cette initiative sur le codage dans les différents pays, notamment au Congo. Voilà, donc comme on le sait tous, l'UNESCO à Brazzaville promet l'accès des jeunes aux nouvelles technologies de l'information et de la communication, notamment dans le secteur de l'éducation, à travers l'introduction des TIC dans les programmes scolaires et les pratiques pédagogiques, notamment le renforcement des capacités des enseignants. Voilà, c'est au titre de cet avantage comparatif de l'UNESCO que le Congo a bénéficié du renforcement des capacités des jeunes dans le domaine de la programmation numérique, notamment au codage avec la société Codemao, dont l'initiative a été lancée officiellement ici au Congo en 2021. Et au cours de cette première phase, nous avons formé une masse critique de 50 enseignants qui ont assuré avec succès le renforcement des capacités des élèves du primaire et du secondaire dans les établissements du public. Voilà, donc fort de cette expérience qui a été très réussie et considérant l'engagement du Congo, du gouvernement congolais dans la mise en œuvre de cette première phase, une bourse de séjour a été accordée à environ 10 élèves du public et 4 enseignants qui ont participé qui ont bénéficié de cette formation. Voilà, cette immersion d'une semaine a été très enrichissante pour les élèves car elle leur a permis d'approfondir leurs connaissances au codage graphique pour créer des projets passionnants tels que les jeux, des logiciels, des animations et des histoires. Donc, à travers ces outils, ils ont également pu développer leur pensée logique et apprendre à coder de manière ludique et interactive avec d'autres élèves venant de l'Asie et de l'Afrique. Mais surtout, cela a davantage suscité un intérêt des élèves vers les filières scientifiques. Voilà, bien évidemment, de nombreux défis ont été rencontrés, notamment en termes de logistique, en termes de connectivité, d'accès aux ressources et de matériel, notamment les ordinateurs et les tablettes. C'est en ce sens que nous voulons remercier particulièrement le partenaire Oppo pour le don des 200 tablettes dont le Congo vient de bénéficier et qui sans doute vient pallier les difficultés d'ordre matériel auxquelles nous avons vécu dans la première phase. Ces 200 tablettes seront remises aux élèves les plus méritants des collèges et lycées d'excellence du Congo au cours d'une cérémonie regroupant les principaux acteurs du système éducatif. Et nous allons mettre en place un programme pour l'utilisation optimale de ces tablettes pour faciliter le codage des élèves en lien avec les initiatives en cours dans le secteur de l'éducation pour renforcer les synergies et capitaliser sur les acquis de la phase 1. Et c'est pourquoi nous comptons très prochainement organiser des Olympiades, par exemple, à l'échelle nationale, pour susciter ou booster alors nos jeunes talents autour de l'utilisation concrète du codage dans la vie courante. Tout en remerciant une fois de plus nos partenaires Codemao et EPO, nous tenons à vous rassurer que cette initiative marque un pas très important vers l'avenir du numérique au Congo à travers le codage et nous sommes impatients de voir les réalisations futures de nos jeunes talents. L'UNESCO Brazzaville reste disponible et mobilisé pour continuer à renforcer notre partenariat pour un impact durable. Merci.
Merci beaucoup pour votre parole. Thank you very much for sharing the experience and the plan for the future. And after Congo, now we go to Côte d'Ivoire. It's my honor to first invite the representative of the Chinese embassy in Côte d'Ivoire, Mr. Wang Jie, the head of the political session. The floor is yours. 王先生您好，请。
Monsieur Chen Trao, directeur de IIDE UNESCO, Madame Magali de l'UNESCO, Monsieur Firman Edouard Matoko, sous-directeur général pour la priorité Afrique et les relations extérieures, Son Excellence Madame Amal El-Falah Segrouchini, ministre délégué chargé de la transition numérique et de la réforme de l'administration du Royaume du Maroc, Monsieur Qin, secrétaire général de la Commission nationale chinoise pour l'UNESCO, et Monsieur Li Tianchi, PDG de CDMAO, chers invités, Mesdames, Messieurs, bonjour. Je suis Wang Yijie, responsable de la section politique à l'ambassade de Chine en Côte d'Ivoire. C'est avec un grand plaisir de représenter l'ambassade pour participer à la conférence de lancement en ligne de la journée de IA et de lancement de phase 2 de Youth Coding Initiative. Je tiens à saluer UNESCO et le CODEMAO pour cette belle initiative et le partenariat fructueux, et l'entreprise OBO pour ses contributions. Mes salutations vont également à tous les amis qui marquent leur intérêt et leur soutien dans la promotion de l'intelligence artificielle bilatérale et multilatérale en Afrique, et surtout en Côte d'Ivoire. La 4e révolution industrielle a ouvert de nouvelles perspectives, en particulier dans le domaine des technologies numériques et de l'IA. L'industrie chinoise de l'IA a connu un développement accéléré et est devenue un nouveau moteur de la croissance économique. Pourtant, la Chine se rend compte qu'un grand nombre de pays en voie de développement sont loin de bénéficier réellement de l'IA et que l'achevêtrement des fractures numériques et d'intelligence a exacerbé le déséquilibre du développement entre les différents pays. Il y a urgence pour la communauté internationale à renforcer la coopération dans le domaine de l'IA afin de promouvoir un développement inclusif et bénéfique pour tous dans ce domaine. La Chine est un acteur positif de la coopération internationale de l'IA. Depuis l'année dernière, elle a travaillé avec d'autres parties pour favoriser l'adoption par consensus à l'Assemblée générale des Nations unies une résolution sur l'intensification de la coopération internationale en matière de renforcement des capacités dans le domaine de l'IA, en proposant le plan d'action sur le renforcement des capacités en matière d'IA pour le bien et pour tous. Une série de mesures concrètes ont été prises par la Chine pour épauler les pays en voie de développement dans le renforcement de leurs capacités en matière d'IA pour favoriser un développement durable. Mesdames, Messieurs, chers amis, lors du sommet d'action sur l'IA qui vient de s'achever à Paris, 64 pays et organisations internationales, dont la Chine, la Côte d'Ivoire, la France et l'Union africaine, ont co-signé la déclaration sur une intelligence artificielle inclusive et durable pour le peuple et la planète, reflétant la poursuite commune d'un développement sûr, durable et équitable de l'IA. J'espère que cette initiative va dans le même sens avec la déclaration, tout en achevant ses objectifs majeurs. L'ambassade est disposée à travailler ensemble avec toutes les parties concernées pour soutenir et accompagner l'initiative dans le but de développement d'IA qui soit bénéfique pour tous. Enfin, je souhaite un plein succès à l'initiative. Merci à tous.
谢谢王一杰先生，感谢使馆对我们这个教科文项目的大力的支持。
谢谢。
谢谢。
Merci.
Now it's my pleasure to invite my UNESCO colleague from office in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, Mr. Kong Daouda. The floor is yours. Vous êtes en ligne?
Je le vois connecté, mais il ne répond pas.
So we move to the next. We're waiting for Mr.
C'est le chef de bureau qui doit prendre la parole. Magali, c'est ce qu'on avait dit.
Non, c'est pas grave. Daouda, vas-y, tu prends la parole, tu fais la présentation. Merci.
Non, dans le programme, c'était vous, chef. Allez-y.
Oh, ok. Est-elle connectée? Ah oui, est-il connecté? Ouais.
Sorry, so that must have been a problem in the sequencing of
No,
the
no problem.
presentations.
Please.
So, je suis Omar Diop et je suis le... Allô?
So, yes, please go ahead. Now we have the head of the office, Mr. Ahmad. Yes, we are pleased to have you.
Merci. Donc, je suis Omar Diop, représentant résident de l'UNESCO en Côte d'Ivoire, et je suis ravi de participer à cette journée dédiée à l'intelligence artificielle. Aujourd'hui, je vais vous parler des initiatives et des réformes qui sont en cours dans le domaine de l'éducation ici en Côte d'Ivoire, en mettant l'accent sur l'intégration des technologies et de l'intelligence artificielle. Depuis le 19 septembre 2012, par décret, a été introduit les technologies de l'information et de la communication en éducation, donc tout ce qui est TIS dans le système éducatif. Et cette initiative a marqué un tournant important dans la modernisation de l'enseignement en Côte d'Ivoire. En juillet 2021, les États généraux de l'éducation nationale et de l'alphabétisation, donc EGENA, ont été lancés ici à Abidjan avec le gouvernement de la Côte d'Ivoire, mais avec l'assistance technique de l'UNESCO. L'objectif principal était de co-construire un pacte social durable pour une école ivoirienne centrée sur la réussite des élèves et l'appropriation des valeurs de la République. Ces États généraux visaient à trouver des solutions durables et consensuelles aux défis du système éducatif. Au cours de ce processus, plusieurs faiblesses ont été identifiées, notamment l'accès limité aux technologies éducatives, la formation continue des enseignants en informatique et aussi la promotion de l'enseignement des sciences et de l'innovation. Pour répondre à ces défis, plusieurs pistes de solutions sont en cours de mise en œuvre. La première, c'est la réforme des collèges qui ambitionne de moderniser les contenus qui sont enseignés, notamment l'introduction à la programmation, donc au coding, et à l'intelligence artificielle. La seconde, c'est la définition d'une politique et d'une stratégie nationale de digitalisation de l'éducation, ainsi que la mise à jour des compétences numériques des enseignants et des apprenants. Donc, on est en plein dans cette seconde réforme avec les initiatives de Codemao. La disponibilité, bien sûr, des ressources pédagogiques pour les élèves et les enseignants, et enfin la promotion de l'enseignement des sciences, de la technologie et de l'innovation. Au niveau de l'UNESCO, un projet phare qui est en cours, donc qu'il s'agit de l'UNESCO Codemao Youth Coding Initiative. Ce projet va s'aligner avec les priorités du gouvernement dans le plan national de développement et va viser aussi à promouvoir l'éthique dans l'éducation, la formation et l'insertion, ainsi que la promotion du genre et l'accès aux ressources éducatives. Grâce à ce projet et à la mise à disposition de 200 tablettes par le partenaire Oppo, nous pourrons initier la formation des enseignants en programmation, donc en codage, mais aussi ça va permettre de former de nombreux élèves, notamment dans les zones rurales. Notre solide partenariat avec l'ambassade de la République populaire de Chine, ici en Côte d'Ivoire, et la Chambre de commerce chinoise nous permet de venir mobiliser plusieurs autres acteurs pour la réussite même de ce projet. L'immersion des enseignants en 2024, juillet dernier, pendant l'été, a également permis de partager des expériences et de mieux nous préparer à la mise en œuvre de ce projet. Le ministère de l'Éducation nationale reste aussi mobilisé pour assurer le succès de cette initiative en Côte d'Ivoire. Voilà ce que je pouvais dire sur la Côte d'Ivoire et la phase 2 du projet que nous allons mettre en œuvre. Je vous remercie pour votre attention.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. We welcome Côte d'Ivoire join this initiative, phase 2, as the 5th member states, and we are looking forward to working with you more closely in the future. Thank you.
Merci.
Mm-hmm. And now it's my pleasure to invite a representative of UNESCO Field Office in Kenya, in Nairobi, and Miss Mary Niasimi. The screen is yours.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, thank you everyone, especially Kodima and other partners for giving UNESCO Nairobi office an opportunity for us to share our AI work during this AI Day. As you heard, my name is Mary Nyasimi and I'm based at UNESCO Regional Office in Nairobi. And let me just share a few successes that we had in the first phase. So over the past 5 years, our office has undertaken several initiatives to promote AI within the region. And please note that our region covers 13 countries. Our efforts have actually focused on 3 main areas. The first one is capacity building in AI. Through the Kodima project, we conducted coding training for teachers and students. 43% of the trainees were actually women teachers and girls, particularly in high schools. It's important to note that 13 teachers graduated with AI certificates, and they have embarked on training students in their respective schools to ensure that they build their AI capacity. And then building on this success of this Kodima initiative, we've had other 3 initiatives that we've actually continued building on AI training. The first one was closing the digital divide. This was supported by Intel, and we focused on promoting gender transformative digital education skills for women and girls in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. We have been able to train over 650 high school student girls in these 3 countries and 125 teachers. The second initiative was Keeping Girls Connected. This one was funded by Prada. And this initiative aimed to enhance the girls' digital skills and advocate for girls' education in low-tech areas of Kenya that often have limited internet connectivity, and they're often off the electricity grid. The third one is actually AI training for university lecturers. Since 2019, and in collaboration with Huawei, we have always had organized annual artificial intelligence training for university students in the Eastern African region. And this one, we have targeted 13 countries in Eastern Africa. Of importance, particularly in last year, with support with PAX at UNESCO HQ, our office organized the UNESCO Eastern African Sub-Regional Forum on AI. The forum resulted in Nairobi's statement on artificial intelligence and emerging technologies in Eastern Africa, providing the region with a set of recommendations for AI governance. So as we look forward to 2025 to 2030, we greatly appreciate the support provided by Kodima for the next 5 years. Thank you very much. And at this initiative, we'll continue to strengthen Kenya's AI capacity by enhancing coding education ecosystem in pilot schools. So I'll just share activities we have planned for just this 1 year until December. We are going to establish 2 key structures. One is capacity building for teachers. And in this, we aim to identify 5 schools and train 25 teachers in each of these schools for a total of 125 teachers as trainers of trainers in block-based coding, programming, and AI fundamentals. We'll ensure that we target equal male and female teachers in this training. We'll also ensure and continue to support these trained teachers to lead coding clubs, mentor students in their school and also neighboring schools, and support learners at national and international competitions. The second activity is building capacity for students. We are going to establish student coding clubs in pilot schools, use distributed tablets that have been shared for training. We are going to ensure that the coding clubs will meet weekly under teacher supervision. And lastly, we are going to organize inter-club coding competition among the selected schools, and the winning club will be sponsored for a coding tour to China. We are very certain that through these efforts, UNESCO aims to build a strong foundation for AI education and digital innovation in Eastern Africa. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Mary. It's encouraging to hear from you, your experience, and an ambitious plan for the future. Thank you. Now let's go to Namibia, to Windhoek, and I'm pleased to invite my colleague, Ms. Kambada from the UNESCO office in Namibia.
Good morning. I'm
Good
just
morning.
trying to sort out my camera. It's not showing. Okay, perhaps I proceed without
No problem.
apologies
Go
for
ahead.
that. Good
No problem.
morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And I stand on the protocol established before me. I would like to thank and acknowledge the leadership provided by the UNESCO team in Paris, in Russia, and in the regions. And I'm very thankful for the support for the Windhoek office, especially from CODEMA. And we are also very grateful to Oppo for the tablets. We received the 200 tablets. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. And I would like to say that in the first phase, can you hear me nicely?
Yes,
Okay.
no
I would
problem.
like to say that in the first phase of the Youth Coding Initiative, we had a successful participation of Namibian teachers and learners and students in the coding initiative, both online and in person. Online, several teachers received certification from CODEMA, and in person, we leveraged on existing initiatives in Namibia focusing on AI and coding to reach about 3,000 learners and 350 teachers in 14 regions in Namibia. Some of the key local events that we leveraged on included local STEM coding boot camps, Africa Code Week, and our coding bootcamp also participated in the Southern Africa Sub-Regional Forum on Artificial Intelligence in September 2022, where we also had a youth coding hackathon. So the CODEMA technologies were showcased at this forum. We also had good participation from Namibian teachers and learners in the study tour last year, and we are happy to report that the Namibian government is in full support of this coding initiative, as building capacity in AI and coding are a priority for the Namibian government. In phase 2, we hope to build on the success of phase 1 to continue doing what worked very well in phase 1. And in addition, we plan to align and build synergies with a national curriculum in computer science, ICT for sustainability. And we want to expand training and participation, and especially on the study tours. And we are very much looking forward to the Africa-China visit from Oppo and CODEMA, and we look forward to showing them the progress made in Namibia. I thank you, and my apologies for my video.
No problem. Thank you very much. We appreciate the very active participation of the Namibia teachers and students coordinated by you. Thank you. And now, as the last not least, it's my pleasure to invite my UNESCO colleague, Mr. Zhou Hironaka from the Bangkok office, representing Asia.
Thank you. Hello, and Dajahao from the UNESCO Bangkok Regional Office. Thank you to CodeNow CEO Tian-Tzu Li. And thank you to our UNESCO partners, colleagues, and friends around the world, including the distinguished opening speakers and the panelists who may follow. I'll speak briefly about the positive lessons from UNESCO's partnership with CodeNow in Thailand. And I'm so pleased to be able to do that because this work has strengthened our synergies moving forward this year and into the coming years. In Thailand, UNESCO selected STEM subject teachers from 10 secondary schools across 10 provinces to participate in this project. And in this first phase, our teachers, 50% women, successfully fully completed all CodeNow training sessions and examinations, which earned them honorary certificates in 2023. UNESCO conducted post-training interviews, which showed that many teachers had integrated the CodeNow lesson plans into their information technology classes in Thailand. And I want to emphasize that this followed despite major disruptions and school closures throughout Thailand as a pandemic measure. In July 2024, our Thai teacher delegates participated in the 25th National Students Information Literacy Improvement Practice Week. And actually, we have received wonderful feedback from these teachers and a very positive attitude to continuing the next phase of cooperation with UNESCO and with CodeNow. In terms of next steps, UNESCO Bangkok aims to expand to more schools, more teachers and students in Thailand, and to explore together with CodeNow the possibility of involving students and teachers in some other Southeast Asian countries. We plan to organize teacher and student training sessions and hackathon-style competitions at school level to provide better preparation for the upcoming international competitions. And students from Thailand with outstanding performance will be provided with the Oppo mobile tablets installed with all the coding applications developed by CodeNow. And in each country or province, we will identify one or several schools as advocacy schools where coding and AI awareness events can be hosted. UNESCO Bangkok has set a benchmark by 2029 to directly benefit a minimum of 400 secondary school teachers, as well as students from Thailand. And we believe we have a capacity to create an enabling environment and opportunities for policymakers, for educators, and for learners to engage in pedagogical, technical, and cultural communication with African countries and with China, of course. We look forward to seeing you in Bangkok this June, where the government of Thailand will be hosting the UNESCO Global Forum on AI Ethics from 24 to 27 June. We will be hosting an AI jurisprudence workshop for judges and for justice ministries. And UNESCO Bangkok office also leads the entire UN system's regional workstream on providing country-level support and joint UN programming on AI and digital transformation across Asia Pacific. We look forward to further working with all of you. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, Joe. We need not only China tour, Africa, but also Thailand tour, Asia tour. Thank you. Thank you for your kind invitation. And before I hand over to my colleague Magali, I'd like to thank once again Abdul, Agali, Aliyah, and Mengshi from CodeMo, and my colleague Edward, and who make this event possible, perfectly prepared for everything after their tireless work day and night. Thank you very much, and thanks to all the speakers. Now I hand over to Magali.
Thank you very much, my dear colleague, Mr. Jantao. So now we go to the third part of our today's event, which is called Keynote Speeches and Presentation. As Mr. Jantao rightly said previously, like our dear Minister, Her Excellency Ms. Amal El Falach Roshni from Morocco previously already gave important insight on AI in education, and she's herself a leading world expert in this field. And now we want to listen more to other perspective of international experts on AI, to open up our perspective of what is AI now, why is AI needed, how we can shape our common future with AI altogether. So I will first give the floor with our first expert, who is an expert from Singapore. His name is Mr. Soon Teck Tan, and is the president of the International Olympiad for Informatics, and is also an emeritus director of the Center for Nurturing Computing Excellence at the National University of Singapore. So Mr. Soon Teck Tan, the floor is yours.
Right, thank you for the introduction. I also want to thank CodeMo for inviting me to this important occasion. So good day to everybody. So as a president of IOI, which is International Olympiad in Informatics, my topic will naturally deal with coding. So I want to talk about coding and its relationship with AI, and also how AI can help trainer to train student in coding. So that would be my important message. Right, so before I do that, I want to repeat this AI Day and AI for all. So let me congratulate UNESCO and CodeMao on the launch of this AI Day. Let us from now on celebrate AI Day every year on 9th of March. And this will be the topics I will be covering. For the benefit of those who do not know what is IOI, I would like to give a quick introduction of IOI. And then I will want to talk about this power of foundational knowledge for IOI, for coding, and everything in general. And then I want to address this fear that people might have. Will AI replace all of us? And then I want to talk about importance of IOI and also give an example of how AI can help us in training our students in coding. And finally, I gave a conclusion. And because I was told that I've only given 10 minutes, so I designed my slides such that they are all self-explanatory, so that I do not need to give a lot of explanation, and hoping that every one of you will be able to understand me. Right, so as I said, I want to give a brief introduction to IOI. So IOI is one of the 5 international science Olympics, beside IMO for mathematics, IFO for physics, ICHO for chemistry, and IBO for biology. So IOI is a competitive programming contest. And the primary goal of the IOI is to stimulate interest in informatics, that is computing science, and information technology. Another important goal is to bring together exceptionally talented pupils from various countries and to have them share scientific and cultural experiences. So every year, each country will send 4 best students from their country to participate in this annual IOI. And they will have to compete on 2 contest days, each day to solve 3 very difficult algorithmic questions in 5 hours. And they will compete for individual awards of gold, silver, and bronze medal. This medal will lead them to admission to world-famous university, like for example, National University of Singapore. And this year, IOI will be hosted by Bolivia from 27 July to 3rd of August. Currently, IOI has 96 active members country. If you look at the statistic, there are more than 100 of them, but currently only 96, meaning some of them has actually lapsed and they are not participating anymore. And there are many African and Asian countries which are not members yet. So therefore, it is really important and a good initiative by UNESCO and CodeMao to launch this AI Day and the Youth Coding Initiative earlier to help this country. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize CodeMao for their sponsorship of IOI and for their scholarship for IOI gold medalists, and also most importantly, their effort in organizing a coach training camp to enhance training for countries that have yet to win a medal at IOI. Yeah, so this training material, or this after the training camp, we will more or less that come up with a curriculum, and this curriculum can be used maybe for countries that are not in IOI yet to train their students so that eventually they can participate in IOI. Right, so I want to mention this. I'm sure everyone heard about this famous saying, mathematics is the mother of all sciences. And I think nobody can dispute this. And we know that mathematics is a foundation upon which physics, engineering, and countless other disciplines are built. Anything science, you have to use mathematics. But today I want to mention another fundamental truth. That is, coding is the father of all computing application, including AI. So if you look around you in our modern world, everything digital. Your smartphone, your internet, your website, self-driving cars, cybersecurity system, and we are talking about AI. So even AI, they are there because of coding. Without coding, we will not have all this application. So we can confidently say that just as mathematics power scientific discovery, coding power the world of computing. And then we heard a lot of talk about generative AI and how it can write code And people even ask, if AI can generate code, why should we bother learning to code? I think there's an underlying fear that AI might replace programmer, right? We do not need any more programmer. Just like people have fear that if I'm a driver, I will not be able to be a driver anymore. If I have a cook inside a restaurant, I will not be able to be a cook anymore because I will be replaced by a robot with a lot of intelligence and so on. So I want to address this fear, the underlying fear. But what is the reality? The reality is that AI is built on code. That is a title, right? For example, the algorithm that power AI models, whether you have things that can actually make car drive itself and so on, the neural networks that recognizes faces, the machine learning techniques behind ChatGPT and DeepSeek, all of them are actually created by programmers who write code. They don't come about by themselves. Someone have to create them, or someone have to provide the training data to help them to become more intelligent. Right, so AI can generate code, yes, but I think we recognize that AI cannot actually truly understand what it is writing. It cannot reason through complex algorithmic problem. It cannot design completely new computing system, right? They cannot do that because AI is simply a tool. Just like any tool, it needs human intelligence to guide it, right? So you need to train, you have to provide data, you have to have the model and so on. Right, so therefore we say that the role of coding is very important in our life now. We can use another analogy. Just because a calculator can solve maths problem, does that mean we do not need to learn mathematics anymore? Of course not, right? Because we still need to understand how all these equations or all these formulas work. We need to know how to apply them in real world situation, how to solve problem, right? Beyond what a calculator can do. So similarly, the coding is really important that we have to make sure that we know. And so therefore, I think all around the whole world and also CodeMao and UNESCO is trying to promote coding in all the countries. So therefore, we say that AI can generate pieces of code, but it cannot define the problem in the first place. We have to tell AI, okay, what is the problem? We have to tell the problem to AI. AI cannot determine whether the generated solution is correct. Sometimes it's wrong. As a teacher, we know students actually submit their assignment to AI, and then AI give them the solution. And then when we grade them, they are actually wrong. And then whether these solutions are efficient and whether they are secure, we cannot guarantee. Finally, AI cannot do debug, cannot optimize, and cannot refine complex systems. Right, so therefore the real world, the power of coding is not just in writing code. It is actually in understanding logic, it is in designing system, and it is solving problem creatively, right? And these are skills that AI does not have and cannot replace. So what does this mean for us? Should we fear AI replacing programmers? Absolutely not. In fact, programmers who understand AI will be in higher demand than ever before. Those who learn to code will be the ones who build and improve AI models rather than just using them. They will be the ones who create more powerful and efficient computing systems. They will be able to solve new problems that AI alone cannot handle. Right, so therefore, the future is not about humans versus AI. It is about humans who understand AI versus those who do not. Right, so therefore, I want to emphasize the importance of IOI in this AI era. Okay, the idea is it is a competition, but it is not just a competition. It is actually a training ground for the world's best young problem solver. It fosters the skills that are essential in this era. Right, we need to know how to do algorithmic thinking, right? The ability to actually break down this problem efficiently. We need to know how to do computational logic, the foundation of all AI and machine learning system. We need to know how to do optimization, right? Want to find the best solution, just as AI must do in real-world application. So in many ways, AI participants are already ahead of the curve. they don't just write code, they understand how to think computationally. And a skill, this is a skill that even AI struggles with. So therefore, it is no surprise that many IOI medalists will go on to become leading AI researchers, to become top software engineers, and pioneer in some technology. So they are the one who shaped the AI revolution rather than being replaced by it. So I hope this, make sure that we can be removed from the fear of AI replacing everybody. So I want to give one example on how AI can be used to train the student in coding. And in fact, this will be one example that maybe some of these countries who are not in IOI yet, and they want to train their students so that they can participate in IOI. So how IOI and how AI can help us in training our students. So the idea is AI have the power to do intelligent analysis of solution. So imagine that I have a group of 100 students. If I give them a problem and they submit their solution, if I have to go and individually look at their solution and analyze what is a good and or strong and weak point about the solution, it will take me too much time to do it. But I can actually make use of AI to help me to actually check, besides checking whether the solution is correct or incorrect, because this thing can be done by a lot of online system. You submit this, they will tell you, oh, you pass the test cases and therefore it is correct. But it's not good enough, right? But AI can actually help us to analyze in depth, identifying the strengths and weaknesses of the solution if we give it proper guidance. Right. So by evaluating all the student solutions collectively, we can actually provide more insight to the instructor, to the trainer. Like, for example, we can highlight the common mistake that all these, let's say, 100 students makes, so that we can give it to them, tell them, so that they won't make the same mistake again. And then we can uncover area where students struggle. Basically, they just cannot handle this area of this program. And we can identify patterns of thinking among different levels of students. So therefore, we say that this does not replace the role of a coach. AI will not replace the role of the coach, but it enhances their ability to teach more effectively. With AI-generated insight, coaches can provide personalized feedback. For each of the individual student, we can identify, we can let them know, okay, this is your problem. You should try to improve on this and so on. Individually, they receive feedback for improvement. And we can actually help students to refine their problem-solving skill, and we can make them become better programmer. So eventually, they can actually win medals in IOI. So rather than replacing human expertise, AI is being used to augment the learning process, ensuring that students gain a deeper understanding of coding rather than just memorizing solutions. So I would like to quickly conclude. I hope I haven't used up all my 10 minutes. Just as mathematics is the mother of all sciences, coding is the father of all computing application, including AI. So without coding, AI would not exist, right? And without human programmers, AI cannot evolve. So we are not in the era where AI replaces human intelligence. We are actually in an era where AI enhances human intelligence. So we want to harness this power, right? We must first understand coding. We have to tell every student everywhere that you need to start learning coding. And because in the end, those who understand AI will lead the futures, while those who rely on it blindly will be left behind. And certainly we don't want to be left behind. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this very insightful talk. So I see we are delighted to have learned more about IOI, and also with the Youth Coding Initiative Network, we know how much international competition and trainings are important. And thank you also with your talk, like some of the teachers who are here also will have maybe some good messages to give to their students on why is coding so important to learn, and beyond, as you said, just writing the code. And thank for the final citation that coding is the father of all computing applications. So we hope that through training our young people in in coding, we make them future father, and some of them will be innovators, and their babies will be application and AI application that will shape our future. Thank you very much. Now I will give I will give the floor to our second expert, also from Asia. His name is Mr. Xiong Hui. He's a chair professor at the Thrust of AI and affiliate professor at the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. It is based in Guangzhou. So, Mr. Xiong Hui, we are very pleased to have you, and the floor is yours.
Okay, thanks for the nice introduction. And actually, it's my great honor to be here. And so I would like to share my view. And so in the past several years, and we have already observed AI has a huge impact on education and also on industry as well. So today I'm going to share my view regarding how actually the paradigm shift in terms of all these large language model and actually make impact on education itself. So here is my view. So basically, I divide our human intelligence into 4 levels. So in terms of human education, so the first level for our intelligence is human becomes knowledgeable on certain subject. Say, for instance, my focus, my PhD in computer science. So reasonably, and my education, say I receive my PhD education, then I become very knowledgeable on computer science knowledge. So that's the first level for the human intelligence. And the second level of human intelligence is, say, for instance, my major is computer science, but also I'm working on the finance. So in this way, I'm be familiar with finance and also computer science. Then in this way, my intelligence level can reach to the second level, becomes knowledgeable across at least 2 disciplines. So this is the second level. And the third level of human intelligence is some people and can continue to move on, receive further education, either from the school or from their jobs. And they can do the inference, they can do the prediction. And this actually is the third level of human intelligence. And the highest level of human intelligence is innovation. Say, for instance, it's more like from 0 to 1 innovation. You think about, say, for instance, the people, our human invented this quantum theory and also black hole theory. So this kind of theory, in the past, we don't have. So this is from 0 to 1, this innovation. So all these 4 levels of intelligence, and after we have these large language models, so this actually have huge impact. So thinking about now the first level, knowledgeable on one subject. So far, no human being can compete with large language model. Say, for instance, even I received my PhD in computer science, I have been working for AI for more than 20 years, and still I cannot compete with any this kind of large language model, no matter from which company, and in terms of knowledgeable on my knowledge on computer science or AI. And in terms of second level, also our human being and cannot compete with the machine. Say, for instance, if we're talking about how AI in finance, AI for education, AI for agriculture. So in terms of all this kind of cross-disciplinary understanding, knowledge, and human, again, we cannot compete with the machine. So in terms of the first 2 levels, our human lose edge. So certainly we cannot compete with machine right now. Now, in terms of the third level of human intelligence, then we're talking about the inference and the prediction. For the past year, particularly, we look at the current reasoning capability for large language model, like we use in DeepSeek, like we use ChatGPT, a new version of ChatGPT for reasoning. And they already show excellent potential and also the promise. So in terms of solving mathematical problem, in terms of all these kind of, the area need this kind of reasoning and also prediction, like weather prediction, the machine is actually showing the great potential and actually in many aspects now doing better than human being as well. So now we raised the challenging question. So as educator, I'm always asking myself, how actually now we can educate our students? Here is the situation we have. We divide our human intelligence into 4 levels. Now in the first 2 levels, human cannot compete with machine at all. At the 3rd level, inference and prediction, and this level, machine shows great potential and to be much better than human being. Then only things left for human is innovation from 0 to 1. That's the only thing left for human being. Now the question is how actually we can educate our future generation, how actually make them they can create value machine cannot create. So this is the things I'm thinking about, how actually we can change our education paradigm. So realistically, we're looking at what kind of capability, what kind of ability our human need to adapt ourselves to fit into this current evolving situation for this AI development. So certainly, because more and more human being will rely on this machine, large language model, for help for reading, help for writing. So basically, we can predict that the human capability in terms of reading and writing will be going down. And now, with this large language model, what kind of capability we actually, if human can do better, then we can take advantage of all these kind of AI tools. Say, for instance, if we want to use this AI tool well, then we need to improve the ability for human being to ask the right question. In other words, if you can write the prompts and if you can communicate with the machine in a good way, then you can get the right answer. And also, because all these AI large language model, they can have hallucination. So how to deal with this hallucination? And also how to know your question is a good question is you can look at the answer given by machine, by AI. So right now, the ability to appreciate or actually to tell whether the result, whether the answers from the machine, which actually makes sense, which actually deep enough, which actually can create value for human being, is we need to develop this kind of ability to actually to appreciate the answers and also try to tell the answer is good or bad, is true or false. And this kind of capability we need to develop for our students as well. And also the most important thing is we need to help our kids and to have this innovation capability. Because this from 0 to 1, the innovation capability, so far machine cannot compete with human being. So now we think about in the past, our education mostly is teach knowledge. The knowledge is having the right answer. But right now, we need more to teach our students to develop the intelligence. The intelligence is knowing, asking the right question. So it's so important to let our kids to know how to ask the right questions. So here is actually a breakdown, and I'm thinking about what kind of skill and we can change our education paradigm and to teach our kids. So basically, we need to teach our students 3 kinds of capabilities. The first capability is we need to guide the students, no matter students from which area, say for instance, finance, marketing, and human resource, and also agriculture and manufacturing, no matter the students from any field, they need to know AI. So particularly, they need to know how actually they can using AI for their own job. So in other words, this is more like a AI plus domain. So no matter you coming from which domain, you should learning AI tools and know how to use AI tools to help for the development of your own domain things. Say, for instance, in terms of drug discovery, pharmaceutical. And now we can using, if you know how to use AI to help to understand all these protein structure, can better help to develop new types of drugs. So this is one example. And also in the finance domain, if you know how to use AI, you can use AI to generate the trading strategy. You can use AI for the risk control, risk management. So this is the first capability we want our students to develop. No matter which area, which field the students are coming from, they have to know how to use AI. So this AI is not something you should avoid. It's you have to embrace, you have to learn. So using AI to working on your domain problem, now this is a master things we have to do. And the second capability we need to help our students to develop is because we should look at what machine can do well, what machine cannot do so well. One thing machine cannot do so well, particularly I'm talking about the large language model, and now the current AI mostly are based on this large language model. And what kind of things large language model cannot do so well? The first is innovation. And the second thing machine so far cannot do so well is for many things, you can only learn by doing. So large language model is learn our human experience, learn our human knowledge is based on the text, is based on data. Can be text data, can be image data, can be audio data, can be video data. But there are something, it's so difficult for human to describe. Say, for instance, how to swim, how to ride a bicycle. This kind of capability, no matter how many texts, how many books I provide to a person, if you don't get into the water, if you don't actually do the practice, you are not going to know how to swim. So these kind of things, we can only learn by doing. So in other words, in our life, in our work, in our human world, there are a lot of these kind of things we can only learn by doing. So we need to create a lot of this kind of practice course, a lot of this internship project, and we put our students in solving this real-world project, in solving real-world problems. So right now, say for instance, our Hong Kong UST Guangzhou. So we have a lot of course. Our course, we have a lot of this industry project. So say for instance, for my students, all my PhD students, all my master students, they must get this industry internship. Otherwise, they cannot even graduate. So that's a requirement. And we create this kind of opportunity for our students. Then our students is more like a soldier. They fighting in the front line. They fighting on the front line. So they solving real world problem. They can actually to develop this kind of capability, learning by doing. So these kind of things is a machine. They cannot do so well. So this is the second capability we really hope our students can develop. The third capability is innovation capability. So we need to actually educate our students how actually to be more creative, to be more innovative, to solving the problem, and to have all kinds of different ways, perspective to look at these kind of words. So that's the third capability we really enforce in our curriculum to help our students to develop this kind of capability. So I would like to show this picture. And this curve actually to tell us a very serious situation. And this shows the change of wages for the in America, U.S. workers, and from 1963 to 2008, and we can see from these curves, and in 1963, no matter which degree you have, no matter you have a PhD, master's degree, undergraduate degree, high school degree, your salary is pretty much similar. But with this change with time, and particularly with the development of technology, and then this trend becomes so extremely clear. If you have a graduate degree, like PhD, your salary will become much, much higher. If you have no education, like you don't even have a high school education, your salary is actually going down. We already counting the inflation, all these kind of factors. So this raises a big problem. This actually put ourselves into this kind of thinking. So why people receive this higher education, they can potentially have a higher salary? The reason is right now, in order to make a contribution to create value in this world, you need to have a strong knowledge base. You need to develop this kind of, as I said, 3 kind of capability. You either know how to use technology to help you to do your things in a more effective, more efficient way, or you can actually to learning something by doing, or either you become extremely innovative in create something which actually not there in the past. So in terms of model, how actually we can training innovator. So there are some basic skills we need to our students to have. One is learning how to ask the right question. And also the students have to know how to observe, how to tell the difference, how to tell good or bad, true or false, and how to appreciate this music is beautiful, and also this design is actually more fit into human taste. So this kind of capability, and also the social interaction, that's another thing machine not so good at doing, and also the experimentation. So we have to put everything is learning by doing. So the current education paradigm, one big change is we really need to create this kind of real world practice environment, internship environment, and really put our students by learning things by doing things. So in the end, we're putting this together, and so we can help our students to develop this innovative thinking, and also to be more creative, and to create something which actually we don't have in the past. So develop this kind of innovation capability. So I know I only have 10 minutes, and so pretty much I use my time, and thank you for listening. If you have any question, and feel free to join me in line. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this very inspireful journey into the level of human intelligence, what machines can do better than us, when we do better than us, and from that, how to shape the capability we need to give to the students of today and tomorrow. Thank you, very inspireful.
Thank you.
Donc maintenant, voilà, nous avons fini les présentations par nos grands experts internationaux, et nous aimerons revenir à quelques présentations et quelques mots de nos enseignants qui sont avec nous dans cette Youth Coding Initiative, et qui sont les formateurs de formateurs, les formateurs d'enseignants et les formateurs d'élèves. Donc on va d'abord on va partir sur une partie pays francophones et puis ensuite pays anglophones. Donc pour les pays francophones, nous sommes très heureux d'avoir aujourd'hui parmi nous un représentant de la Côte d'Ivoire, qui est Monsieur Bamba Siriki, qui est le sous-directeur des innovations pédagogiques à la direction de la pédagogie, et il était aussi avec nous en Chine l'été dernier, donc il va nous dire quelques mots sur voilà, ce qu'il pense voilà, de nos activités pour cette journée de l'IA et voilà le point de vue de la Côte d'Ivoire sur la Youth Coding Initiative. Merci.
Merci, madame. De la parole. Okay. Je suis Bamba Siriki, sous-directeur des innovations pédagogiques à la direction de la pédagogie et de la formation continue de la Côte d'Ivoire. Au nom de Madame le ministre de l'Éducation nationale et de l'alphabétisation, je remercie tous les participants à cette journée de l'intelligence artificielle. Alors, je remercie la société Codemao d'avoir invité la Côte d'Ivoire à la 25e édition du concours national de codage des jeunes. Cette invitation a été une occasion pour nous de découvrir et voir le degré de développement de la Chine en matière d'infrastructures, d'équipements de numérisation et de codage dans le domaine éducatif. Elle nous a permis aussi de visiter, de découvrir le prestigieux siège de Codemao. Nous remercions également l'initiative pour avoir intégré la Côte d'Ivoire dans la deuxième phase du projet. Au moment où le ministère de l'Éducation nationale est en train de faire la réécriture des programmes, notamment ceux de la TICE, Technologie de l'information et de l'enseignement, qui pourront prendre en compte les notions de codage et de l'intelligence artificielle. Alors, ce partenariat permettra d'améliorer les compétences des enseignants et des élèves en matière de codage et d'intelligence artificielle. Je remercie vraiment tous les participants parce que prendre la parole en dernière position, ce n'est pas facile. Tout a été déjà dit par mes prédécesseurs, notamment le représentant de l'UNESCO, Diop, qui a planté le décor et donné les réalités du pays. Donc, je remercie aussi OPPO pour avoir donné des tablettes, je crois. La Côte d'Ivoire est bénéficiaire. Et je voulais remercier tous les participants et dire que nous sommes prêts vraiment à intégrer cette deuxième phase pour l'intérêt de nos jeunes apprenants dans le domaine de l'intelligence artificielle. Je vous remercie.
Merci beaucoup. C'est toujours très important d'avoir les retours des personnes qui mettent en place les projets sur le terrain concrètement. Now we will go to another part of Africa, mainly Namibia, and we have two trainers for teachers who have been trained in the framework of the Youth Coding Initiative who are with us. So we have Mr. Daving Sebulon and Mr. Shane Mukungu. So I will invite them to take the floor briefly, one after the other. Thank you. Mr. David Sebulon, are you with us? I saw you were there earlier today.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, great. We are listening to you.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity to share my experience with Codemao in the first phase. My name is Sebulon David. I'm from Glodom, and we are an implementing partner here in Namibia. My experience around the projects or AI is that AI is no longer a science fiction. That is what we are seeing. It's here, and it's transforming industries across the globe. And for us as Namibia, being a small population and with the vast natural resources, AI can really be a game changer to the landscape of Namibia, including, let's say, the challenges that we are facing in education, healthcare, as well as agriculture. For instance, we see... We have learned... I think there's someone who's... There's someone who is not muted. My apologies.
Yeah, the problem has been solved. Thank you. You can continue.
Okay, thank you. Right, we can imagine as with the exposure that we had with Codemao and UNESCO Codemao Youth Coding Initiative is that we have started looking at various possibilities of, let's say, how AI can power tools to enhance, for example, farmers to predict weather patterns and to optimize, for example, crop yielding, as well as using AI-driven platforms, for example, to provide personalized learning for students in remote areas, as well as in healthcare, that AI can be used to diagnose diseases faster and more accurately. And this is coming from the angle that when we went to China on the study tour, we are exposed to the different industries or companies that are working on different solutions. And we saw how AI was applied to the real world problems. The other thing is that with being involved in this project, it has really been an eye-opening experience. We understood the importance of collaboration by bringing together, for example, technologists, policymakers, as well as local communities to enhance that AI solutions are practical and inclusive. My takeaway from phase one was that was the need to invest in our people. It's really critical that we invest in and especially young people. AI is only as powerful as the minds behind it. And by empowering our youth with skills in AI, data science, for example, and technology, we will then create a generation of innovators who will drive Namibia and the continent progress. We see that AI play a very crucial role in preserving, for example, other industries or other domains, like, for example, natural heritage. For example, having AI-powered tools that can help, for example, to protect our environment while promoting sustainable tourism, for example. And these are all unique opportunities that AI encoding provides, and we are very great that we are part and parcel of this initiative. AI is also not just about technology, but we have also got to understand that it's about people. It's about creating a better future for all. And by embracing AI, we can unlock these new opportunities, solve pressing challenges in our communities and our countries and our nations, and therefore be ready for the 21st century. It was really an exciting experience
Mr. David Sebulon, we cannot hear you anymore. Okay. Maybe there is a technical problem, but we were very delighted to have your feedback from this experience of the Youth Coding Initiative, and you highlighted well the importance of collaboration and innovation that is brought through this initiative. He's also Mr. Shen Mukungu here and want to say very, very few words also from Namibia, and this would be the last one. Yes, I can see you. So the floor is yours. Yeah, please be brief if you want to add some other points related to Namibia. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you. My name is Puri Short. I am a coach at Minds in Action, where we simply teach the young generation how to customize themselves and get used to the new technologies as they come. And I love everything that was said in the meeting, especially how we should teach our younger people to be makers of this technology instead of users of this technology. And I would really like to thank Code Mao a lot. You made my work so much easier. After the tour from China, we did get Code Mao handbook, as you can see. And what I've been doing is simply developing many courses using the notebook. Courses like using Turtle, they can now learn Python. And if they can learn Python as young as 10 years old, that is because Python is the driving force in data science, and data science, machine learning, AI. If we can teach our children to learn these basic coding languages, that would be amazing. And yeah, thank you, Code Mao. Thank you, UNESCO, for this initiative. It's really helping a lot of people here. Yes.
Thanks a lot for this very important feedback, and it's very important to have you in such days, because we know that all the knowledge and the nice thing that you heard will be given to other teachers and students, and that's very good.
True. That is true.
Thank you.
Yes.
And now we are coming to the closing part of this very, very nice event. So we will have our director of the Division for Priority Africa Coordination back with us. So Director Mohamed El Farnawani, the floor is yours.
Hello, Magali. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well. Thank you.
Thank you. This has been an extremely interesting conversation. Thank you for moderating it, and thank you to all the colleagues in the field for their interventions. Thank you for all the colleagues from CODEMAO for all the contributions they're making. At the end of this, again, extremely interesting session, I want to thank our partners, CODEMAO, for organizing this AI Day, for the renewed trust that solidifies the partnership between UNESCO and CODEMAO. I understand that this is the first of many AI Days that we will be hosting together, and that will allow us to really take stock of not just the collaboration between CODEMAO and UNESCO, but also the broader AI agenda for the sake of Africa, to see how it is that we could further causes of AI and education on the continent. The second phase of the Youth Coding Initiative will allow us to expand the reach of this project. And UNESCO is delighted to continue this collaboration amongst our teams. I want to express. Can you see me now? Okay, very good. I want to express my gratitude to the representatives from the field offices again, from the Institute for Information Technologies and Education, IITE, a pleasure. Tao and IITE colleagues, a pleasure to have had you with us today. The various professors and students who participated in this event, Mr. Sun Tek Tan, Mr. Jong Lee, extremely informative presentations and discussions. I think that this engagement and the contributions that you made are invaluable. As you've heard from the field, our colleague Omar Diop and all the other colleagues from the field offices are really putting this forward as a key priority for our engagement with CODEMAO and for AI in education. These insights into the implementation of the Youth Coding Initiative really offers concrete perspectives on the first phase and how it is that we could make use of it in the second phase. Today's inputs have opened new opportunities for us to refine and scale this ambitious project, ensuring lasting impact. I want to just identify three key components that will define our future success. First of all, the trainings at the local level. And these are the core activities that would ensure concrete and sustainable impact in the different countries. Real, tangible progress that is really based on results that will be obtained. The second is our international activities. This includes the international events such as today's AI Day, the various online training sessions that we will have, and also the China tour, like the one that we had last summer. These are essential to build up international project network. They are extremely important for the benefit of the stakeholders and for the community's experiences and the best practices. Last but not least, we should also seek to reinforce our communication and outreach activities at the national and international levels. The online platform is one piece of our common advocacy actions, and we look forward to working with you on further ensuring that our communication activities reaches the right level to ensure advocacy, not just for this specific project, but for more broadly for AI and in education in Africa. You can count on the teams at UNESCO. Again, Abdu, who's away, Magali, who has moderated today's session, and Alia. They, together with the International Institute for Information Technologies and Education, our various field officers who were with us today, we will all be working together to meet our common objectives. Thanks again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mohamed. And the last word, we are very pleased to give the floor to our dear partner, CODEMAO. So Mr. Yue Sun, the CTO of CODEMAO, will take the floor for the final words. Thank you.
Thank you, Magali. Honorable guests, value partners, and the visionary educators, as we draw the curtain on this historical gathering, if I may say, let us pause to celebrate not just the milestones we've achieved, but the future we've begun to shape together. The launch of the Youth Coding Initiative Phase 2 and the establishment of AI Day on March 9th mark more than progress, the signal of revolution in how we harness technology to unite, empower, and elevate humanity. None of this would be possible without the collective courage of this extraordinary coalition. To UNESCO's PACST, IITE, and our dedicated field offices across Côte d'Ivoire, Kenya, Namibia, Congo, and Thailand. Your unwavering collaborations has turned bold ideas into bridges of opportunities. Allow me to illuminate the stars guiding this journey. To Mr. Matoko, whose relentless pursuit of equity has been our North Star. And to Her Excellency, Ms. Amal, Mr. Chang Wei-ching, and Mr. Wang Yijie, and Mr. Mohammed. Your strategic brilliance and support has transformed local action into a global momentum. And to Mr. Song Tai Tan and Mr. Xiong Hui, and the pioneering educators and students from all our pilot schools, you are the architect of tomorrow, proving that AI's true power lies not in circuits, but in human hearts. And to our exceptional moderators, Mr. Zhantao and Ms. Magali, you've steered this ship with grace, wisdom, and this excellent event. To every visionary in this room, you've dared to reimagine a world where AI doesn't just process data, it heals divides. Where algorithms don't reinforce bias, they dismantle barriers. Where a girl in rural classroom holds the same key to the future as students in tech capital. This is the revolution you've ignited. As we mark March the 9th annually as AI Day, we pledge to build on 3 unshakable pillars. Rooted innovation, first one. Crafting AI tool that speaks in the language of all language around the world. Not the country should be left behind. And boundless collaboration through our AI China tool and Africa tool, we will turn classroom into meeting points for continents, ensuring ideas flow as freely as the Nile. And radical inclusion, making girls, rural learners, and marginalized youth not just participants, but leaders in this digital renaissance. AI is more than technology. It's a promise that no child will be left in the shadow of the digital age. A promise that innovation, when guided by empathy, becomes humanity's greatest equalizers. Let us leave here not as attendees of this conference, but as a soldier of solidarity. The road ahead is long, but remember, a river carves its path not by force, but by persistence. Together, we will persist until every classroom, every village, every dreamer has a seat at the table of tomorrow. Thank you. Now, let's move and go forth and build. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup à tout le monde. Merci. Now I think it's that's all my closing remark, Magali.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to give the last word to you. So thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah. And thanks for the wise also Chinese proverbs and maybe China and Africa have that too in common. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think that is the closing remark of today. And thanks everyone who participated this. And let's move on and build. And we are hoping to see you guys year after year. So this event will be going on and on. And I know Mr. Gentile has some remarks maybe.
No more AI for all, love for all.
Thank you very much. AI for all, love for all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.
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 Thank you. Bye.
Omar, nice to see you.
Bye-bye.
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 Thank
Bye-bye.
you.